Ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks, brothers and sisters around the world, it is your boy, Chris Shule, aka the Esoteric Nobody, aka the Chocolate Nubian. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, click on the bell, tell your friends, tell your mom, drop some comments, let us know what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about being a warrior. It's a powerful word, right? A warrior. I come from a land called Ghana. I'm proud because, personally, my country is the world and my religion is to do good. I'm proud not because of where I come from specifically, but I'm proud because the name Ghana means warrior king. And the two most important things to enact change in a world that is going through calamity is one, to be a warrior. Warriors are people that choose to confront the evils that most people refuse to even acknowledge exists. Most people play this, I am spiritual, therefore I see no evil, hear no evil game, therefore all there is peace and love. It's only one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is that we are brought here to enact change, to be the light amongst darkness. And the only way to confront a problem is to first acknowledge the problem. Therefore, warriors are people that battle the tide, the iniquities of this world. And that's what we need to see more in this world. And then it's also about sovereignty, about being a king, being a warrior king. People that refuse to be stepped upon. A warrior is someone that says, I respect you, but I will not allow you to tread on me, and I will not allow you to tread on others, because I am a warrior. Warriors stand up for themselves, they stand up for others, and they believe that they are kings because they rule themselves. They do not allow others to bend their will just because they say so. You know, I had a conversation with someone this morning on my walk, run, exercise session. Met a very charming young man that told me that he was a pastor at a church. And he told me that, one, I noticed he wasn't wearing a mask. One of the things I love about that is you can always identify when someone is in your sphere of thinking these days because of them choosing not to wear a mask. And I noticed that he wasn't wearing a mask, so I noticed he was probably more open to what I had to say. But we started speaking about these lockdowns, and turns out he was on the same wavelength as me. But the interesting thing was that he said that where he's personally, on a personal level, he believes in what I'm saying. Because he is the pastor of a church, he doesn't feel like it is the right thing to do to force his opinions onto other people, to speak the truth, because people might get offended. And once you start talking about politics, people are gonna have their stomachs turn, right? I love how people do that. They often say, I don't want to talk about politics, when ultimately you're saying you don't want to talk about morality, you don't want to talk about justice. A lot of people have this attitude that you can stand for something in your personal life, but when you're dealing with business, when you're dealing in a church, when you're dealing with any other organization, it's not appropriate. I call bullshit on that. And I realize it's difficult. I sometimes pull my punches. I don't attend every battle that I'm invited to, but it is incumbent upon us, more so in this time, to speak openly about how we feel, particularly when we have a sphere of influence, particularly when you're a pastor at a church. If anything, you should be preaching the word of God. What would Jesus do, right? I'm pretty sure Jesus didn't come down and say, listen to Caesar, pay your taxes, do as you're told. The kingdom of heaven is whatever Caesar says it is, and you must submit to him. No, he said the kingdom of heaven is within. Jesus said to follow your Christ light. to look within. Jesus came here and decided to cause a shitstorm, cause a havoc. He didn't just go with the tide just to make everyone happy. He came here to separate the wheat from the chaff. He came here to stand in his sovereignty, in his truth. And this is what all the great leaders do. They're warriors. Have a look at Martin Luther King. He did not say, I have a dream to come here and tell everybody to get along and listen to the government. No. He told people to, granted, be peaceful in their efforts, but peaceful resistance. To say no. One of the most powerful words in the universe. The spirit of resistance. The spirit of resistance to evil. Resistance to tyranny. It takes a tremendous amount of will, courage, to say no. And courage, as you've often heard me say, is the testing point of every virtue. It is the fulcrum point to higher levels of consciousness, towards enlightenment, to love, because it takes courage in order to strive to uplift yourself and lift others, to bring about a matriculation of consciousness in those around you. So, ladies and gentlemen, be a warrior. And yeah, this conversation I had with this guy was very interesting, because his whole argument was that, look, I feel like if I was to speak how I feel in my church, people would get angry, and it's not my place to do that. And I told him essentially what I'm telling you, that it is your place to speak the truth, speak what you believe your Christ light would want you to speak. Not to capitulate and compromise with these fictitious excuse for human beings, with this governmental system that denies you of your sovereignty, of your right to life, and tells you that it's doing it for your safety. That essentially casts this dream spell and pretends that you have the IQ of a moron by implying that you don't have the wisdom to decide the course of your own destiny, figure out whether or not you want to take certain precautions and not take them. No, we know what's best for you, because we're the government, mate. No, Jesus knows that deep within you lies the blueprint that allows you to figure out what course to take, that aligns your moral compass to true north and determines your own destiny, that follows your own Christ light. Ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks, be a warrior, be a king. Do not be a slave and submit to the rule of these fictitious elements that our society is plagued with. Until next time, this is your chocolate Nubian. Boom shakalaka. Don't drive and text. Ow!
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community?
There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.